Hi. Okay, so I have a few things I want to talk about. So one thing is healing in your body. Okay, so I've been training in Biodynamic Craniosacral Therapy, which I've actually been a client of this work for at least 13 years. Sorry, I know it's getting a little loud. It's Brooklyn, garbage trucks, all the things. Anyway, so I've been a client of Biodynamic Craniosacral Therapy for the past 13 years. It's totally supported my whole entire healing growth for the past 13 years.
I don't have a car either.
And so what I've always found is that basically it's like wherever my spiritual growth was going to be, wherever my emotional growth was coming in, basically what the cranio did is it kind of like got my body and my nervous system acclimated and to support the growth that I would be experiencing. So it's probably the most incredible work. I never thought in a million years that I would actually be training in it. And not only that, I'm professionally practicing it, and it's amazing. And so what's actually happening? Whenever there's trauma, when there's stress, when there's illness, basically what happens is the body's always looking for the health. And so what it will do is it will kind of hold in the trauma, it will hold it. It's funny, there's a book called The Body Keeps the Score, and I haven't read it yet, but it keeps on people keep on like recommending it to me because it's along the lines of like everything that I do. So, but just the title in and of itself is so accurate. The body keeps the score. So what the body will do, and actually in its infinite intelligence, is it will figure out a way that even though you had some sort of a trauma or even though you had a stress, like what it will do is it will hold that point. So that way the rest of the body can function. And so what ends up happening is you end up over time having patterns. Sometimes those patterns turn into illness. Sometimes it turns into pain. Sometimes it just turns into like an anxiety pattern that just seemingly just can't get turned around or switched, right? But it's not true. The healing is completely available, and it's completely available in the body. I found the best combination to be when you work cognitively, like when you work with talking. So I do coaching. So that's like, so whatever the coaching or the talking, whatever the cognitive stuff is, in connection with the body work, I find that to be like the most powerful and results oriented methods of like doing healing work, because it's just takes it from all levels. All levels, right? Like body, mind, and soul. So it's like really, really cool. All right, so what's my point? My point is that what happens is that as a practitioner, right? So I'm holding space for the body, for the healing power that's inside. You know what the healing power inside is? The healing power inside is your soul. Like it's the energy that is beating your heart. It's the energy that is digesting your food. It's the energy that's like, it's the energy that's like breathing in you're breathing through you in your lungs, right? We're not doing these things consciously, right? It's the energy that's like functioning your body. So that's actually healing. Like that's the healing energy, right? So it knows in its infinite intelligence like how to heal itself, but the body freezes, so it doesn't have, when there's trauma, like the body just doesn't have the safety. I use the word safety. I don't know if that's like the technical term that is used, but I find it to be that it's like it's the safety to stop and to reorganize itself, because when the body is going and going, and this is how it's lived, this is how it's been able to have you to survive on the patterns that you've been surviving on. So it's not going to just on its own just switch, because your brain is connected into, well, this is how we survive, this is how we live. And that's one of the brain's main functions. Like at least the lower brain's main function is survival. And so it's not just going to do that. Actually, if it starts thinking about like how things can be different, it will actually get scared, even if it's in terms of healing, right? So we have to, nurture the nervous system and allow it in the body to feel safe. And I feel like that's exactly what the cranio does, and that's what body work does. So there's all sorts of different modalities, so if, whatever's speaking to you, like do that, because there is healing. Like what ends up happening is the patterns, once they feel like they could have a second or a break, they basically get to reorganize themselves, so that way more energy flows, so you could have more flow, so you could have more peace, so there's more abundance physically actually in your body, because there's more ability to flow, because that pattern that was stuck has now been able to release itself and to reorganize itself. And the beautiful thing about that is that your body is the healer. And so whatever it is that is calling to you, like, do that. But also always know that if you're being called into healing, it's because that is wanting you. Like, whatever you want also wants you. And so that's my thoughts for the day. And if you have any questions, just send, or comments, just go ahead and leave a comment, or send me a question or a PM, whatever you'd like. And yeah, love you, and have an amazing day.